going? I'm gonna do a little intro. Get people tuned in here. Hey guys, got a few more people tuned in now. Welcome to the Guitar Show, Thursday nights on Ripple Effects. Super happy to have you here. This is our 10th episode of the Guitar Show. It's been a great season so far. And to celebrate our 10th episode tonight, I got a very special guy on today. Our guitar guest this week is, you know and love him as the front man of Jesus Murphy. He's solo artist performing all around the Maritimes, based out of Halifax. He's got the album Staggered Out at Noon with his band Jesus Murphy, 2017 release. And they actually just released a single today, or just today, or the other day, sorry. It was on the news today, but we're going to bring him on, Mr. Kelly Devoe. He's also my dad. Say hi to Kelly. Where's he at? There he is. Hey, Dad. What's going
buddy,
on?
how you doing? Not bad, son. How you doing?
Good, boy. Good. I'm doing excellent. Super happy for you to make time for the show today. I know you always do your Live from the Loft series on Thursdays before the guitar show. So he actually just finished doing that, and now he's right on here again, playing some more tunes for everybody.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on here, Dylan. And as I tell everybody, it's always a pleasure to do anything with you, music. You know, we've been doing it for a while now, so it's a blast.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah, you got me my first guitar back, a long time ago.
Yeah,
over 20 years ago, I think I got my first guitar, and then I really got into it when I was like 11. I think for my 11th birthday, I got the electric guitar, and it was It was all uphill from there, man. Loving rock and roll.
Bought it at a pawn shop, and then we cleaned it all up, scraped all the paint off it. Somebody had your army camouflage on it, and we scraped it all off and said, this guitar is actually not bad once you clean it all up.
Yeah. Yeah, the PV Predator, it was called.
The PV Predator, yeah.
That's a sweet guitar, man.
For sure, yeah.
My little brother Dawson has it now.
Okay, right on. And he's doing well on the guitar, too.
He is, yeah. No, he's been rocking her. Proud of the guy. Giving her. But I messed up your intro a little bit. I said that your first music video / single for Jesus Murphy was released today, but it was actually released on the 29th of May. And
yeah, it was somewhere
on CTV
News. 29th, something like that. It was last week, I think. Yeah. But we're driving it home. We're driving it home this week. When it was on the news today on CTV, and Katie Kelly did a little feature on Ken Frazier, and you know, the whole idea behind me writing that song was, and as I told her, I was looking to write songs about Nova Scotia, things that happened here, right? So I thought, okay, well, you know, Nova Scotia has some of the best Atlantic bluefin tuna sport fishing in the world, you know, down in the Yarmouth area, Wedgeport, and also in North Lake PEI as well. Ken Frazier's lived in both places and fished, spent much time in both of them, but he caught the fish here and set the world record 40 years ago. And when I found out about that, I thought, ooh, that makes the song a whole lot more interesting, right? So, and after talking with him, I started getting inspiration for the lyrics, and I actually changed the direction of the song. And and it became so much better. And I took it back to my bandmates, Ryan Milligan and Nate McCarthy and Luke Smith and Chris Steves and Steve Flanagan, and now Curry McMullen's in the band too. And they really kind of helped me with it, and they were very supportive, and it evolved to what it is today. They had some very good suggestions for the song, and it turned out so much better because of it, right?
Well, it's really cool actually that like the guy that the song is about helped not only influence it and as in the story is about him, but he actually helped kind of inspire some of the words directly that way, which is really cool.
He totally did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And hi to all the Jesus Murphy boys out there too, if any of the fellas are watching.
Yeah. We may actually get together for a social distance practice this Sunday, our first one since first time we actually got together since March the 14th, which is the last day that I think anybody played anywhere. I think maybe the 15th.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Getting prepped up for St. Patty's Day, which didn't end up happening this year, unfortunately, but.
Well, we did have a little bit of a St. Patty's Day down at the Spitfire Arms. We snuck one in on the 14th, but by the 15th, it was over.
Proper thing. Proper thing.
Yeah.
Leave it to Jesus Murphy to sneak in a St. Patty's Day. Yeah. Love it. Well, what do you think, Bye? Should we get to some music? Open her up with a little tune or what?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, man. Awesome. You're up first.
Okay. Well, I'll play. I'll segue into. Sounds good. I know there's a bit of delay there, so I got to watch for that.
Sorry.
Well, I'll segue right into this tune then. I played this. I played this a couple of weeks ago. It's a song called that I wrote actually for St. Patrick's Day. It's called Half Full. I'll just back up a little bit here. You can see a little bit more here. It's called Half Full. And it was all about seeing things on the bright side, looking at the glass half full type thing. And I said, man, you know what? A lot of people, like to drink like they do on St. Patty's Day, but let's do it for the right reasons. Let's celebrate. Let's be happy, because some people do drown their sorrows, right? But anyway, this song was all about half full. Everything was going, seeing the glass half full. Everything was going wrong in this fictional character, Jimmy O'Brien's life. But he had a little something that still kept him looking on the bright side. So anyway, here it is. It's called Half Full. Well, Jimmy O'Brien looked me in the eye and he said, I'm feeling down. He almost cried when his dog done died and they buried him in the ground. His job is another thing that's gone wrong, but he knows this for sure. It's shitty pay, and that's okay, because there's whiskey in the jar. So drink up your lassies and drink up your laddies. Let's drink on St. Patty's Day and see the glass half full. So drink up your laddies and drink up your lassies. Let's raise up your glasses, because you know that we're half full. When Jimmy got home, his house burned down. It's nowhere to be found. And now he's living all alone in the hole in the underground. He's got no bed to lay his head, but he knows this for sure. Well, he's been cursed, but it could be worse, so he'll sleep here on the floor. So drink up your lassies and drink up your laddies. Let's drink on St. Patty's Day and see the glass half full. So drink up your laddies and drink up your lassies. Let's raise up your glasses, because you know that we're half full. Well, Jimmy's old lady walked out the door and now he's all alone. His friends all said, Jimmy, give me a call, but he's got no telephone. One disaster after another, he just can't get a break. Now Jimmy drinks to fall asleep and he drinks to stay awake. So drink up your lassies and drink up your laddies. Let's drink on St. Patty's Day and see the glass half full. So drink up your laddies and drink up your lassies. Let's raise up your glasses, because you know that we're half full. So drink up your lassies and drink up your laddies. Let's drink on St. Patty's Day and see the glass half full. So drink up your laddies and drink up your lassies and raise up your glasses, because you know that we're half full.
Yee-hoo!
Jimmy O'Brien.
Right on, man. Great tune. I love that song.
I love your hair.
She's a foot stomper. Thank you.
I used to have hair like you, Dylan.
Yeah, I love that song.
When I was younger. Now,
yeah, I know. I've seen some pictures.
You've seen some pictures, and now I'm cutting my own hair, for crying out loud. It's getting pathetic.
Oh, how the times have changed. Well, thanks for passing it down to me, though.
A long
hair. I mean, yes. the thick head of hair. Poppy had too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I absolutely love that song, Half Full. It's super upbeat, makes you want to tap your foot. Me and Destiny were doing a little jig here, dancing along to it. It's great. It's great. Feel good music.
Well, thank you. I thought it'd be appropriate to play because it was the first song that I brought to the band, and we have played it live. We haven't done it in a while, but now here we are doing we're releasing our first original single, right? So that's good too. One of the things I'm going to do with the guys too is collaborate a bit more too, and we just need to get some time to sit down and just write some tunes, right? Because there's all kinds of stuff to write about, as I mentioned to you.
Absolutely, yeah. There's lots of things that get you inspired in these crazy times we're in right now. You know,
Totally
I know everybody's itching to get back to playing some music and, you know, just having a good time in general.
Yeah.
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So we'll see where the next few weeks take us.
Mm-hmm. We will. So
we're gonna talk a bit more about the Bluefin single that was freshly released. So you were featured on Live at 5 today, and then you did Kelly Devoe Live from the Loft at 7 o'clock. And you were also featured on the radio station today as well. Was it CIOE 95.7?
We are Wayne Schnare, and a shout out to Wayne Schnare and all the folks at CIOE FM. Ron James and Jim Wombolt. And anyway, they played our song tonight. I think it may even be the very first radio station to play it. And they're incredibly supportive of local music. They really are. They'd love to get Pirate Jenny in there one of these days too. When we released that album that we had there, they had us in for an interview. Wayne Schnare did, and they played the song at 7 o'clock tonight, and did a little interview with us and whatnot, and a feature. And they really love helping out local artists. They're great, right? So, and they're all over Pirate Jenny as well.
Yeah, no, they play a lot of cool local music. And actually, I remember when we first started talking about Wayne, I sent him a Pirate Jenny shirt, the first original press of shirts that we did. He got one of those classic ones. So shout out to Wayne, man.
Yeah,
and that's great. Great feature in Jesus, the Wolfman. Yeah.
Oh, he's got the voice. You know, I'm gonna try and do my Wayne Schnare impersonation, but he kind of talks like this. So, you know, anyway, he introduced us at one of the festivals we did up in Pembroke, and we loved his introduction so much. It was like, ladies and gentlemen, get it up, Jesus Murphy, right? So we said we want to use that. We want to use that as the opening of our album. So just before the first song plays on that album, Wayne introduces us, and it's right from that show, from that festival.
Staggered out at noon.
Staggered out at noon. That's a title that Ryan Milligan came up with from the.
I absolutely love that.
From the.
It's we listen to this album quite frequently. It's got a lot of good tunes on it. Produced by Jimmy Inch.
Jimmy Inch, yeah.
Good stuff.
Big shout out to Jimmy Inch. Thanks so much for everything he's done for us.
Yeah, and you do all the design work, all the logos, all the posters, all that kind of stuff for not only Jesus Murphy, but Pirate Jenny and lots of other people. Actually,
there's a few other bands. I do design work for Hal Bruce. Hal is a great musician. I love Hal. I've done a couple of his album covers. I've done some work for a band from Halifax called No Curfew. I'm doing some work now for a couple of my buddies called the Shepherds, and there's a few others around town too that I've done design for.
Yeah, he's
love helping people out.
Dad has actually made these logos. Jesus Murphy, Pirate Jenny. He even went as far to make these, and these are special edition.
Oh yeah,
these are not too many bands can say that they got their own papers, but thanks to Kelly Devoe, Pirate Jenny did.
And also, and I'll take this off the wall because this is a moment that you'll never get a chance to have happen again. And
Let's see.
It's the official poster for the Pirate Jenny 420 on April 20th at the Blue Mist. This was last year. This was 2019. But, you know, how lucky were you guys to all be in your hometown and for 420 to fall on a Saturday night? That was an awesome night, by the way. The place was sold out.
Yeah,
and it was
so epic.
Yeah.
It was lit.
Oh. It wasn't the only thing lit that night, I'll tell you.
No, that's right. It wasn't.
Yay.
You can pretty much
Lots
guarantee that.
lots of backstep conversations out the back of the mist that night. But yeah, that was a great turnout. Everybody that was there, you know, helped out in many, many ways. And yeah, no, that was a really cool one. And you did all the posters for us when we first started out, all of our logos and stuff.
And you obviously learned something because you've been doing your own ever since, and so you kind of picked it up. You're doing a great job.
Well, I learned from the best, obviously.
I don't know about that, but you definitely learned. You picked it up, and you got her, buddy.
So the Blue Fin 1496. Where can people see it? It's
okay.
on your Facebook. We'll have to drop a link in the comments below, but it's on YouTube as well.
Yeah,
right?
I have a YouTube channel. Jesus Murphy doesn't have a YouTube channel yet, but it's on my YouTube channel. So if you just search me on YouTube, it's on our Facebook. It's on the Jesus Murphy Facebook page. If you have any problems finding, just look up "We Are Jesus Murphy" on Facebook, and you can find us there. The song itself will be available on Spotify if it isn't already on there now. I uploaded everything today, and I uploaded our first album as well, so you can also get that on Spotify as well. And iTunes,
awesome!
iTunes, Apple Music. I think we went through something that gets us on everything, right? So it sends it out to all these spots, right? So.
Right, yeah, like CD Baby or 1RPM or one of those distributing ones that get you on all the platforms.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar. We did the same thing when we did the first few Pirate Jenny releases. Well, yeah, no, that's great. You know, in today's kind of world, it's like a lot of stuff's digital, so it's good to be out there. I mean, me myself, I'm a physical copy kind of guy. I cherish all my CDs.
Yeah,
I love
it. And thanks for getting me back into albums. I'm loving it. For those that don't know, Dylan and Destiny got me a little turntable, and it was like I'm back into vinyl again, right? So now I'm pretty thrilled about that. It's great because I keep the turntable downstairs, and whenever a side is over, I got every 15 minutes I got to get up out of my chair and go down and turn over the album. So it actually is very healthy for me to listen to vinyl.
Well,
absolutely.
Kelly, you gave us some of our most prized vinyl. I know The Heart, Dreamboat Annie, 1976.
Dreamboat Annie's is a staple in our household.
That's one of my favorites. Like so many great Beatles records and stuff that you had growing up listening to. So
and that Elvis album.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, just the singles, the small one, right? You mean?
I'm not sure which one it was, but I gave it to you outside of. I think we're outside of your father's mustache at the time.
Mustache, yeah, my birthday. You're the devil in disguise.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yes,
The Devil in Disguise, 45. Yeah, that's an absolute classic.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. It's just it's an old school way of listening, but it's also kind of a refreshing way to hear, revisit some of that old music and even new stuff today. Like I love buying local artists that do print their stuff on vinyl. I think it's great.
For sure.
And a lot of guys do a really good job of it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. That's some great stuff.
Yeah, no. So what do you think? We did a lot of talking about the Bluefin. Did you want to give it a little intro there and let the folks hear it?
Sure. Let's do the tune. And as I mentioned to you, the original version of the song, I changed it after I talked with Ken. He actually really inspired the third verse, the last verse, and the outcome of the song. Right. One of the things I asked him, I said, what was the water like that day, Ken? He said, it was a silver sea. I said, oh, that's good. I know a song called Silver Sea by the Garrison Brothers. And it's like, man, that's good. I'm going to use that. Right. So I put that in the song, and I originally had the song because I didn't really know about Ken and this world record. So I had the song written, and in the end, it was kind of one of those fish tales, the fish was this big, but he got away. The fish got away, so it's like, oh, the fish is the hero. That's great, But after talking with Ken, who's an avid fisherman, the mention of the word, the fish got away, Ken was like, oh, no, that can't happen. And I was like, okay, I got to change the song, right? So
the fish
ain't getting away. So I had to redo it, right? So I had it, the line went snap and the fish broke free. Oh, that's when the line went down. I said, no, that's not going to work. Okay, we're going to change it to, there's a fight to the finish on the Silver Sea where the battle was won and the king was crowned. He caught the biggest tuna fish you've ever seen. Oh, that's when the line went down. So that's how I ended up doing it. So anyway, I'll play you the tune.
Triumph
with it, right?
Triumphant finish. I love it.
Yeah, I lost my pick, so I got to get a new one. Anyway, it's a fun little tune. Very simple tune, but it's catchy. I've been seeing video of kids that are 1 and 2 years old singing this song. So obviously it's got some kind of a hook, I suppose. So if you guys want to sing along at home, the way the chorus goes, oh, when the line went down, oh, when the line went down, we got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Now Ken thought this fish was big. He knew it was at least 1,000 pounds. He wasn't until he brought it in on shore that he realized it was a world record. We set out on the sea before us, so dark and gray, for miles around. As the bluefin fed, they were just offshore. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. We got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. The rod was bent on the starboard side. The reel it spun as the line unwound. So hang on, boys, we're going for a ride. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Well, we got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Well, we're going hard and we're going strong, and the boat she shook with a rattle and sound. We're going like the devil as we're pulled along. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Well, we got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Well, it's a fight to the finish on the Silver Sea, where the battle was won and the king was crowned. He caught the biggest tuna fish you've ever seen. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Well, we got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Well, we got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, that's when the line went down. It was 1,496 pounds.
Woo-hoo! Yee-hoo!
All right.
Absolutely love that song.
Yeah.
Man, it really paints a picture for you. I can picture the battle in the waves, the struggle with the tuna, the whole thing. It really paints a picture, man. It's a movie.
Well, what Ken told me was that these tuna sometimes are so big that they could pull the boat. I know that Terry over in PEI in Pamir, Terry McDonald, he said, you know what? Some of his buddies, they caught a fish at North Lake, and it pulled them to Shetty Camp in Cape Breton.
Wow.
Before they pulled it in, and then they had to tow it all back home again, right? So, I mean, these fish can swim, 40 miles an hour. They're big. They're massive.
That's a strong.
Yeah,
strong
and
fish.
I think mackerel are part of the tuna family, which they actually used as bait to catch them. But they were, the way if you ever caught mackerel on the line, they're fast swimmers. They're feisty, right? So
oh yeah,
tuna are like
they're feisty little guys.
They're built like torpedoes. They're a machine.
they
have no predators, by the way. They have no predators. There's nobody that or they have no enemies. Right?
The king of the sea.
The food chain. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to. I was sharing some comments up on the screen as you were playing that song. This one here stood out from Catherine Penny. I remember a monumental hangover after the CD release party for Staggered Out at Noon.
that totally is believable. For sure. Yeah.
Your bandmate Ryan Milligan says, great showcase of some kick-ass art tonight on the news. Looked awesome on the big screen.
Oh, thanks.
Super cool.
Yeah, that is cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got some links there in the comments as well. So if anybody wants to help themselves to some new material and some Jesus Murphy, Kelly Devoe links, click away.
Yeah.
After the show, of course.
Yeah.
We got lots more music to come yet. I think I got to play a song here at some point.
You got it, man. And you were telling me this afternoon. You might be leaving this for later, but you have a special tune one that you haven't played in a while. I'd like to hear.
Yes, actually, honestly, I haven't played the songs that I picked for tonight. I haven't played on this show yet. The whole time that I've been doing.
Fresh
this
material.
is the 10th show.
Yeah.
Fresh material. Well, kind of. Actually revisiting some really old songs. The first song that I'm going to do is I picked because, Jesus Murphy is a, Irish drinking tunes kind of band. Get you going, so the first song I want to do is in spirit of that. And it's called Cheers.
Right on.
I'm sure you've heard this one before, but we're going to give this here a go.
Okay. Take her away.
I'm just gonna. Here we go. All right. Cheers. Boys, we're getting drunk and we've got nowhere to go. But that don't matter, gonna drink anyway. Just enjoy the show. We got 17 rolled up and 30 some beers for answers that we don't know. We're gonna chug all day and chug all night, 'cause we've got down to go. Got the boys all gathered around for a round and another round on top of that, 'cause we've been getting drunk for many years. We like slamming back beers. Got the lassies yelling in our ears, not a single one of us giving in to your tears. Black out, get out, we don't care. We tip our hats, tap our glasses. Cheers. Young Billy's getting a job on the other side of town. His mother was strict, and daddy was gonna never came around. He grew up tall and he grew up right, but poor old Billy is on the whiskey tonight. He quit his job after 7 weeks, shit that he can't deny. His mother beat him with a baseball bat and blackened both of his eyes. Her heart was cold and her words were sharp. The Billy took her soul and it to the fire. Yeah, we tip our hats and tap our glasses. Cheers! Well, Billy's ego got smaller and his balls grew twice the size. Although his sockets were black and blue, the fire was in his eyes. He became an alcoholic, which one day would lead to his demise. But poor old Billy, what have you done? Chased all the girls away. Now he's left with one, but he broke in her heart. Took out a name in the sun. Things were going south. She started running south. He took that 12 gauge and put it in his mouth. So we poured out our drinks. For Billy, this one's for you. Yeah, we tip our hats and tap our glasses. Cheers. Say we tip our hats and tap our glasses. Yes, bye. Oh man, it's been a while since I played that tune.
It's a toe tapper for sure.
I love it. I love it. I'm one of your biggest fans. You know that, right?
Yes. Number one fan. That that reminded me of the time Jesus Murphy played. I think it was the Spitfire Arms in Windsor, and you guys had the your number one fan there, right at the front of the stage. It was a funny picture. It was an actual house fan with number one fan written on it. For those that don't know, it was pretty funny.
You mean something?
But
like this,
we're
right
big
there?
fans of yours too. Yeah. Oh, was that the number one fan right there?
It might be.
There he
That might
is.
be the number one fan.
He's got to be if he's right over top of your shoulder like that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's funny. Yeah. No. Yeah, I haven't played that bit of an Irish drinking tune in a long while, so it was fun. I was really happy to bring that out tonight.
Good job on that PG version as well, because anyone who's heard that song around a campfire knows there's a lot of swear words in that song.
Yeah, I had to.
Good job on editing that.
I edited it on the fly.
It's the clean version, eh? Okay. Well, so you know what? Sometimes you have to put in those words for emphasis, right? So.
Yes, that's right. We can say certain things on the air, but there's some stuff we'll save for the green room.
Yeah. Well, and I mean that kind of thing is. We've actually played gigs where people said, you know what? Can we put you down as the J Murphy Band? People are going to be a little bit offended by this, name. But you know what? We have fans that are like 2, and we have fans that are 92.
Yep.
I remember we played at Your Father's Mustache, and a guy came in, and he was in his 90s, and he just said, it was St. Patty's Day. He just said, you know what? I don't like crowds. I heard there was Irish music up here, so here I am. And he came in and he said, I forget who he said his favorite band used to be, but he said, you guys are now my favorite band, right? We thought, man, that's a really nice thing to say, right? So, that's the kind of people we want to play for. And you know what? We don't want to offend anybody, but at the same time too, you know what? We're not angels ourselves either, right? So
yeah,
you
got to have a little fun.
It's better than some of the stuff you see on TV or the news right now. So,
we won't even go now.
Darn tootin'. Yeah, that's right. But I think anybody who's watching or anybody who's ever seen a Jesus Murphy show knows that it's all very lighthearted and fun, and that's
much energy.
That's what live music is all about. Just feeling connected, having a good time.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, as much fun as I have with the boys and Jesus Murphy, and I do, they're the you know, greatest bunch of guys. And I've played in a bunch of bands with incredible musicians and very fun guys. But these guys just feel, I don't know. It's just like, my God, I like hanging around with these guys. Right. I remember the last band I played in, my mom, your nanny, who passed away 2 years ago. And I'm glad she got to hear the Bluefin before she went too, but and she liked the song. But anyway, I remember when I played in my last band, The Shoes, and she said, now Kelly, are these guys, are they into trouble? Are they nice guys? You know what? You don't want to be hanging around with people that. I said, Mom, you know, I'm in my 50s, right? I said, Mom, these guys are all nice dudes, right? They're all nice. I said, I'm probably the worst guy in the band. She goes, well, good. Then maybe they'll smarten you up.
Classic Nan line right
Didn't
there.
even think about it, right? She just rolled off of her tongue, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a riot. Yeah, no, you're with a good group of dudes. I've been fortunate enough to actually be on stage with you guys a few times. And
absolutely.
Thanks for inviting me doing that, actually. A lot of fun both times.
We get you up for the finale, and Dylan rocks out on the guitar, right, and wails on the solo. So it was awesome. I remember the New Year's Eve. Was it New Year's Eve we played, or St. Patty's Day where you joined us and we played Another Brick in the Wall?
I know there was a few times where we did. Yeah, but the Another Brick in the Wall, which actually Ryan just commented, we got to get you back up, Dylan, for some Pink Floyd again to rip some lead guitar for us, brother.
Sure.
Yeah, no. That was a great time. I can't remember if that was St. Patty's Day or that. I think that was St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day, and we were all wearing our Jesus Murphy shirts, all of our matching shirts, black and green. Because
I remember Kelly was painting nails.
Yeah,
we all had the green nails. Now I remember.
Yeah.
I remember middle of the solo looking down at my green pinky nail and be like, oh yeah, I got to make that go over there in a second.
Yeah. Well, and you know what, Kelly, as well as all of the people that came up to see us, you know, RJ, Catherine, Dave, Brenda, Terry, Joey, you know, I could go on and on about, you know, incredible support that we've got from all those people. We don't consider them, people come and say, hey, we're your groupies. It's like, no. Maybe fans, but your family, you know, this is a two-way street. We are really, we might as well stay home and have fun jamming at home with a big old case of beer. But when we get out to the bars and it's the fans that are out there that make that connection. And I think any musician will tell you too, that it just takes the whole music thing to another level.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. But it's a lot of fun, man. It's, you know, I have a lot of good times jamming with you and the boys, and me and you have done a lot of little projects as well. As I was mentioning there before that I was revisiting some old tunes. This is a album that me, you, and Danielle did together.
Yeah.
You're all too familiar with The Dark Room, Devolution.
Yes.
Yeah, man, bringing it back.
I love it.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was 2011 that we started it, and we got a good start on it, and we just got to finish that album off. But we've got like 13 or 14 songs on there. All of them we wrote, because I remember when we first started playing guitar. The very first song I ever heard you sing on, Dylan, was "Hey You" by Pink Floyd. We recorded a couple of songs on my laptop, and that was the first time I ever heard your voice, and I thought, this guy can sing. Right? and we did an entire album of classic British rock. So it was the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, Elton John, Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, the Kinks were on there. So that was a whole album thing. We had so much fun doing it that we said, we got to do this again. But the next album, we want to write all the tunes on it, and we did that, didn't we?
We did, yeah. And my influences were much heavier back in those days.
They certainly were. And I'll hold up this picture of Danielle too. She's the other member of the band, our lead vocalist, one of our lead vocalists. So you know, and I'll say too, I think it's an opportunity too. I have the prettiest daughter in the world. That's Danielle. Anyway, between the three of us, we all wrote all the songs on that album. Dylan actually wrote all the music, and he played all the guitar parts on it. There was only one song, I think, on there that you didn't write, and that was the one that we mentioned earlier, called Feeling No Pain, that I had wrote when I was in Ontario. And then Danielle helped me with the lyrics, and we finished that off, and it became about Amy Winehouse. And there was an interesting story behind that song too. I remember you telling me last week. You telling me last week that you had a dream, and you woke up, and there was a song came to you in your dream.
Yeah,
kind of like what happened with Paul McCartney with Yesterday. But that's what happened with this song. I thought it was an April Wine song, but it wasn't, and it was stuck in my head all these years. I'm thinking, I gotta find this April Wine song. It's out there. I searched the internet. I searched everything. There is no April Wine song. I have never heard this song anywhere else. And then I said to myself, I think it's probably one I dreamed up or made up or imagined, right? So that's the song that we ended up finishing, right? So I won't.
Yeah, and that's a really cool. It's a really cool song. It's got we were talking about this the other day. We listened to it driving around Bullingry Island. Destiny had mentioned it kind of has like a mystical Hotel California kind of Jefferson Airplane. Yeah.
Oh, it's
kind of trippy 70s.
It's definitely White Rabbit. Yeah.
Definitely White Rabbit-esque. Yeah. It's
with a little bit of flamenco guitar.
It is, yeah, and that's what I started laughing at the other day. So I was like, "Wow, man!" I was doing some real like Mexican flamenco fills on that song that I hadn't heard in forever.
Dylan, you blew me away. I mean, I was blown away at all of the stuff that you come up with for that album. And I tell you, we got to finish that album off. I talked with Danielle about it, and I said, "Would you be interested in finishing off those vocals?" So that's something I think that might happen, later this year, right?
Yeah.
Finish that thing off, because we did a lot of work on it, and it's sounding good. Like, I like it.
No, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. We could even add a couple new tracks to it as well.
So are you going to play us something from this album, Dylan, or what's going on then?
I am going to play. I think it's your turn to wow us with another song. Okay, but I am going to play a Devolution song after that.
Okay, perfect then. Well, I'm going to play a song that written by Dylan Devoe, and this is one that I've been playing at my my gigs. I've played it actually, I think, at every gig that I played at before things got canceled. So, and it's one of my favorite songs that you've written. It's called "Peace in West Virginia" by
cool.
So I'll take you through this tune, and it's I try and do it like you do it, but I think it's a good try. So I think you do a great job with this tune.
Hey, you add your own flavor onto it, man. I love it.
All right.
Well, here it is. Doing my song.
I love the tune. So here it is. Headed down the road, we're trying to get out of the cold, and it's a long damn night. Exit signs and bright headlights. Let's do another 1,000 miles. Heading to West Virginia, where it's only the beginning of a longest ride. We could drive the whole damn night, just trying to make it there. When you're tired and you give it all you've got to give, when you feel you've broken down, there's a piece of me inside of you to help you carry on. Left a piece in West Virginia. Headed to the mountains where we'll drive another 1,000 long American miles. You can go to sleep, my child. Rest your weary head. When we get to Nashville, we'll be looking at the gas bill, going, holy shit. Hope you can afford this trip so we can make it home. When you're tired and you give it all you've got to give, when you feel you've broken down, there's a piece of me inside of you to help you carry on. Left a piece in West Virginia, left a piece. We've been driving for a long, long while. All I know is when I see your smile, it makes it all worthwhile. Headed down the road, we're trying to get out of the cold, and it's a long damn night. Exit signs and bright headlights. Let's do another 1,000 miles. Heading to West Virginia, but it's only the beginning of the longest ride. We could drive the whole damn night, just trying to make it there. All right.
Woo! Oh, awesome, man.
I love hearing
Glad you liked it.
That was cool.
I know the guy who wrote that.
That's cool. I know him.
I know that guy.
I love that, man. I absolutely love that. Danielle's chiming in here. She said, "Woohoo! Cool to hear Dad do brother's song. Nice job. Sounded great. That did sound good. Your vocals and guitar, everything's coming through really good. So, great job on the sound setup."
I know you wanted to roll right into the music, which I agree with, but Danielle just jumped on. So I think before you play this song, maybe you should just a quick little what you're playing little.
So the next song that I'm gonna do, I haven't played in like forever, but it's actually off of this album, The Dark Room by Devolution, which is an album created by me, the two guys you're seeing on the screen there, and my sister Danielle, who just joined in. So without further ado, this is go ahead.
I was going to say, and this was a song that, you know, on some of the you wrote a couple of the songs individually on there, and a good chunk of them, both you and I wrote them. Danielle and I were involved mostly in lyrics, but on this song that you're going to play here in particular, this is one that the three of us wrote together, and we wrote a few of them on there together as well, right? Yeah, no, I love those songs. All of them kind of have a different, go to a different atmosphere. But it was really cool project to work on with you guys, and I had a lot of fun revisiting that album, so I'm pretty excited to play this too.
All righty.
House on Fire, with a little little dash of one of the others. All right, here we go. Out of this place, disappearing without a trace. Nobody thought they would fall from grace. It burns like a house on fire, hotter than a hottest sun. synchronization. Would you be surprised if the ceiling crashed down? Caught between the night and the pain, gone before the light of day. Nobody knew them anyway. It burns like a house on fire, hotter than the hottest sun. It burns like a house on fire, hotter than the hottest sun. Get out while you desire, get out when it's overdone. When it's overdone, it's like a house on fire, and it's burning through the ground.
I know that little tune. That was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Great job.
Whew.
Great job.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
it's been a while since rocked out to that one.
That is awesome. Yeah, I'm so used to hearing Danielle's voice on that song. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
okay.
different.
It's been a while since I heard that.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, man, to go back to that album and kind of hear what was going on back then musically in our minds. A lot of things have changed since then, but it's cool to know that I was hardcore metalhead back in the day.
And that's what I'm
Dirty
saying is
old
that
breakdowns.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. We really should finish that album off because it was very early in your songwriting phase, right? And you've evolved, and your songs have gotten so much better. But I mean, there's really there's a lot of good riffs in that tune. There really are.
Yeah, no, it's definitely guitar driven, without a doubt.
And it was fun to do that.
Lots of
with you guys.
riffage going on in that whole album, really.
For sure, yeah.
Been one of those years or more, I believe.
Yeah, well, this album here was actually the date on the back is 2013, so that's when that was printed.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you guys were working on that, like,
But we worked on it, yeah, but
2011.
years before that, yeah, totally.
yeah.
Yeah, totally. Good times. And you know what? That whole process really made me realize and appreciate how much easier and fun the recording session is when you have somebody else behind the controls and you can just focus on what you're doing as a musician. Because when I try to do home recordings and I'm on the computer and then I'm trying to play and then I'm on, you know what I mean? You start to you feel robotic. Whereas when somebody else is taking full reins on the control, you kind of get a little more raw energy and you kind of can feel the music a bit more. So, I that was kind of my first experience doing recordings like that. So that was a lot of fun and cool.
Yeah. And the great thing about it is if you got somebody else at the controls that, and hopefully they know what they're doing, then you can just focus on the music and just stay in that zone, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's especially if you're trying to do a guitar solo and you're really trying to nail it note for note, to have to stop and delete that and go back and, you know what I mean? Through the whole, you're taking your hands off the guitar and it's a much better process when you have somebody else recording. So that was cool. And we all kind of took turns. You kind of showed me when you were doing your vocals, I was sitting at the thing kind of pressing record and do another take, or that was a good take, and vice versa. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. It's good if you can just have somebody else do that, because it's kind of like if you're doing it all yourself, then it's kind of like making a stir fry in the kitchen while playing a game of cards, you know? It's just back and forth, and you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I screwed up the stir fry.
Yeah. I love it. So I'm gonna say hello again to everybody who's watching, all of our viewers. Thanks for tuning in. We got my dad, Kelly Devoe, frontman of Jesus Murphy, on with us. He's playing some original songs. We're having some fun. We might do some covers. We're just celebrating their Jesus Murphy's first music video release, which you can check on YouTube and Facebook and all that good jazz.
Yep.
The bluefin tuna.
The bluefin,
$14.96.
$14.96. Yeah, which is the actual weight of the fish.
Yeah. So if you haven't already, definitely check that out after the show and share that. That's a great song, and support local music.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. So I guess it's your turn to rock a song here now. What do you got in store for us next?
Okay, well, the next tune that I've got is actually has a little bit of you and Danielle in mind when I wrote this tune, as me as well. And it's a story all too familiar. A lot of the times Kay Bretners have to go away to work, right? So that's kind of what the song was about. And as I mentioned, my mom passed away just a couple of years ago, and it got me thinking about a lot of things. If I go somewhere else in the world to work and live, will I spend the rest of my life there, or will I make it back home? That's kind of what the song, the idea is. And this one's called The Willow Tree.
Cool.
All right, here it is.
Awesome. I look forward to hearing it. Take her away, buddy.
Over the Highland hills, through the valleys green, a place of more beauty I've not seen. And the sea, it has carved us, it shaped you and me, the heart and the soul and the sea. Now it's been 20 weeks since I left for out west, where the run in the red dogwood. But I am here for a new life, to give it my best. The work is plenty and the money's good. So bring me back home, should I die here today. Bring me back home by the sea. Just lay me down, leave me to rest, there on the island, under the old willow tree. The eagle takes flight like our sons and our daughters. The stream is alive with the catch. The harbor is open, the sail upon the waters, and fill the day's work down in the hatch. But times they fall hard and plans often change. The voyage may be altered along the way. But I can get back home, and if that can be arranged, I'd breathe the salt air every day. So bring me back home, should I die here today. Bring me back home by the sea. Just lay me down, leave me to rest, there on the island, under the old willow tree. Oh, bring me back home, should I die here today. Bring me back home by the sea.
Nice one.
Thank
you.
The
Willow Tree.
Like it.
Kelly Devoe. I love that song, man.
Yeah, the willow tree actually has really not much meaning to the song, other than it's a living thing that is stationary and is not moving from that island, right? So,
yeah, it's cool. It's great, some great lyrics in that tune. I love it.
well, thanks.
Good tune, by. Is that that's a fairly new one as well, right?
Yeah,
or
that's
is that
fairly
is
new.
that
Well, I finished it off, I think, in September. Originally started writing it in February 2018 and just picked away at it. You know, sometimes they take a while for me to come back to them and, you know, start noodling away at them.
Yeah. Kelly says, this is another song that is hard to get out of your head. The other day I was humming it and couldn't figure out what song it was. Then Kelly pipes up, hey, you're humming my song. I like that. Love it. Nice down home feel to that one, Danielle says.
Yeah, good time.
Mom says, you were in 3 different provinces at times throughout that album.
That's true, yeah. Yeah.
Talking about the...
I'll never forget, we were finishing the last song. And the reason why we call it The Dark Room is because a lot of the songs were very dark. The rhythms that you were coming up with, they were just heavy and dark. I mean, some of this stuff sounds like Black Sabbath, right? And then after, but as we were finishing the last song, you had this jazzy little, hey, Glenn, how you doing, buddy? Holy smokes, boy. Jeez, they're coming out of the woodwork.
I just seen that one pop up. Great. Hi, guys. Hi, Kelly. Long time, buddy. Art class, I think.
Yeah. Wow. That's been a while. But anyway, you had one little jazzy little riff. Can you play the riff that went? It was a jazzy little riff. Do you remember how that went?
Oh, you mean the one that we titled just Smiley Face?
Yeah. Just play the little riff. Yeah, exactly. And that was the only song that seemed kind of cheerful. And it was the last song, and we were recording it so fast. You guys had the washer machine and dryers were going because you were packing all your clothes up. You could hear duct tape ripping or packing tape on the boxes because you guys were leaving. You guys were hitting the highway the next day. They were going to pack all the stuff into the U-Haul and then take off. So we were sneaking in these recordings as we were having a few beer, and they were packing up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the title of the song right there.
Yeah, and I remember we were.
Yeah, Danielle just posted
the smiley face. Yeah. You can check that up if you look out. You just type exactly what's on the screen right now. That smiley face with the colon and the D, and type in Devolution, and you will find yourself that song. It's a happy, jazzy little tune. You know, feel good vibes. I remember when we did the music video for that. Me and Danielle were down in Carmen and Dennis's basement in the hallway, just because it had a white background, and we were taking turns with the camera, and it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then a little different from the process of when we did the Nevermore music video.
Nevermore, yeah.
Because we were all over the city of Halifax, here, there, and everywhere, the north end, the south end, wherever. And we did the smiley face video. Well, at least our part of it was all taken in like a 6-foot long hallway.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
But you had some really cool shots of actual dark room and that kind of stuff was cool.
I remember back then when we first recorded those songs, Dylan, you were 19. And now you're going to be 30 in December. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know, crazy, right? It wasn't yesterday, that's for sure. It's been a while. But yeah, no, I'd be absolutely thrilled to do some more Devolution tracks in the near future, and also just jam with you guys again would be really cool as well. Looking forward to doing some of that maybe this summer.
Yeah, and Danielle's busy. I mean, she's a mom, right? But she's got a ton of talent. She can sing, and she blew me away when she come home that one summer, and she had learned the song on the guitar, and she's playing the ukulele now, and she's dabbled with piano.
Now she's on the ukulele.
Yeah, and she's played piano too. But
yeah,
she's got a great voice.
And she writes her own songs and comes up with all kinds of.
Like you guys all have that same gift where you can pick up multiple instruments and write songs, and you guys have that musical ear. It's just in you guys. It's awesome to be around all the time.
Thanks, Destiny.
There you go.
No problem, pal.
You're pretty talented yourself, I've heard.
But yeah, no, it's true. I'd say just about everybody in our family, if we don't play an instrument, we can play the spoons really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
and we got a ton of great backup singers. Like pretty well everybody is a fantastic backup singer.
Yeah, the more the merrier, and they're still coming out of the woodwork. I mean, the kids, Jax and Alexander and Adora. I mean, Dora has got a beautiful voice, right? The kids can all sing.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So,
they're all going to grow up to be
the same way.
Yeah. I think all my nephews and nieces need to form a band, and
I think so. We can make that happen.
Somebody got to get on the drums. Somebody's got to get on the guitar. The girls can be the lead singers, and maybe somebody can pick up the piano. It would be cool. Really cool. The family band.
All right, I hear that, parents. Get them all in lessons. Stat.
Well, I guess it's tune time. This will be my last song that I'm gonna do, but you're gonna close out the show. We got one more song each.
Okay.
Thanks again for everybody for tuning in to the Guitar Show on Ripple Effects. We appreciate having y'all here, and thanks again, Dad, for being on the show. Always a pleasure having you.
Pleasure, buddy.
Yeah, no, this is cool. We'll definitely have to we'll have to do this again when season 2 of the Guitar Show commences. Season 1's not over. Just making that clear. Season 1's not over.
And congratulations, Dylan, on the success of the show too, right? I mean, you're doing a great job, buddy.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, and it's fun to put work into something that you have a passion for and enjoy doing, and it's cool to get, I got family and friends and strangers, people I don't even know that come on, and we
even have an enemy on there
connect for music. Yeah. That's right. There's no rules to this thing. It's just all good fun, and anybody who's watching, and that watches faithfully every week, we absolutely appreciate it. So thanks for kicking it with us on the Guitar Show, man. Especially sticking around. 10th episode. All right, this is gonna be my final song, and I'm gonna dedicate this one to you and Kelly, because I know you guys love this song, and I love playing it. So this is Little Alien. Hey there, little alien, what's new? Hey there, little alien, why the hell are you so blue? Don't you know that there's lots to live for down here on Earth? We blow ourselves to smithereens till there's nothing left but dirt. Hey there, little alien, what's good? We live our lives on dumb devices like the media says we should. Sometimes I want to throw it away and burn it to the ground. Waste our lives on no devices, just the guitar and this sound. So now, where do we go from here? Can we ride the Milky Way and disappear to the sea memory? Hey there, little human, can't you see? The violence and hunger ruling a life of poverty. Nuclear weaponry has done you wrong. So come with me and we'll fly away with your guitar and your song. Hey there, little human, why so sad? You can look back on what you've done, all the good times that you've had. Like skipping rocks across the pond while your parents watch so proud. Well, on the other side of the water, the bombs they drop so loud. So now, where do we go from here? Can we ride the cabin trail and disappear without a trace, without a space? Ooh, 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 la, ooh, ooh, la, I got it, man.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I love that tune. I love that tune.
And that was a song that when we were talking earlier, the song that comes to you in a dream, that was the one. I had a weird dream about getting abducted by aliens. And yeah, that's the song that came out of it. I woke right up and started writing.
You got right off the operating table, did you?
Yeah, I did. It was
get these probes out of me.
I went to space and got probed, and all I got was this song.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Just kidding. I was not abducted, but yeah, no, it was kind of cool how that all came about when you have a dream and you're like, wow, I'm gonna write that right into a song.
Yeah.
It's fun. Those are the easy ones, you know. Sometimes you got to spend a lot of time trying to write something, and the old brain just isn't working that day. And you'll spend hours on something that you don't even like, and then other times you won't even think of it, and the song will just come out and ends up being your favorite ones. It's weird.
Yeah,
weird how that happens.
It's funny because it's frustrating, and I'm sure people have written many songs. They'll tell you too that not everyone's gonna be one that you love and that you want to do something with, right? And you can't force it, but the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the easier it seems to come to you. Like even Paul McCartney, and I've said this many times, you can put him in a room and say, hey, can you write a song? And you can do that with me too. I'll write a song. I can write one right now if you want it. Will it be a good song? I don't know. And it might take me 5 minutes. It might take me 5 hours. She might go. She might not go. She didn't go this time, right? So you never know. But
sometimes she goes, sometimes she don't.
But I know that's like sometimes I do struggle with lyrics, but some lyrics have just come out and I say I have no idea where they came from, but I love it. It makes sense. And even with the song that you just played there, saying skipping rocks on the water with your parents so proud, while bombs drop on the other side of the pond so loud, or whatever those lyrics are. I'm close, but I just thought, man, what a cool lyric, Two perspectives. On this side of the water, everything is joyful, and on that side of the water, it's not really, right? So it's
it's a lot of contrast. That song actually is the first verse is in a human's perspective, and then the second verse is in an alien's perspective.
Yeah, I love that. I really do.
Yeah. So it's kind of aliens looking down and just seeing how foolish we really are as humans.
Yeah.
What's Kelly got for us next? What's he gonna be pulling up for us next year?
Yeah, I'm off the clock now, man. Buddy, she's all you now.
Okay. Well, I either play another song that I wrote, or like I say, if you want it, I can do a cover too. Either way,
that's I'm gonna totally leave that up to you, man. Whatever you're feeling, if you wanna,
Well, maybe I'll do another song that I wrote then. One that I did a while back. I think it was in February or something, called Zizek's Road.
Nice.
Or in January. But anyway, I wrote this a couple of years ago. I was down in Vegas and heading for the coast of California, and everything was all rosy and sunny. But on the other side of the highway, there was an accident there, and there was a fatality there too. We heard about it on the radio. So again, what you're talking about, those contrasts, but that became the sort of idea for the song. But the title came to me as I was driving by this road, and I said, what is that word? ZZYZX. That's not even a word, right? But Zizek's Road was the name of the street. So that's where the song came from. So
a wild name of a street.
It is a wild name of a street. So here it is, Zizek's Road.
Rock on.
All right. In the midday sun, we were out on the run, heading west, coming out of Las Vegas. We were headed for the coast, to the desert as we drove. I wondered where this road would take us. Now there's nowhere to run, and there's nowhere to hide. There's no turning back once you decide to go down Zizek's Road. Blazing through the glare with the wind in our hair, the vermilion flycatcher's song is dry. Tuning into static on the dashboard radio, there's an accident on the other side. Now there's nowhere to run, and there's nowhere to hide. There's no turning back once you decide. There's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. There's no turning back once you decide. Under the Mojave sun, like a smoking gun, along the Arrowhead Trail in a sandstorm fire. Approaching fast and strong was a ghost on a hog, with a mask of a skull, a phantom rider. Now there's nowhere to run, and there's nowhere to hide. There's no turning back once you decide to go down Zizek's Road. There's always time to die, but you're out there on Interstate 15 and still alive, running on. You're still running on. Well, you're still running on. And of course, the video that I recorded and put on it, of course, Dylan Devoe plays lead guitar on it. So another collaboration.
Drop the link below.
We just dropped the link in the comments below.
Okay.
You just want to check that out, guys, after the show. Yeah, I love that song. That's a good driving tune.
It's stuck in your head.
It is.
It's too. Another. Dude, your original songs are great, man. very catchy. You walk away humming them after. I guarantee I'm going to be humming that after the show's over. I know I will. We were kind of singing backup harmonized vocals there with you.
All right, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well,
it's cool.
We're gonna do something a little different this week, eh, Dill?
Yeah, we're everybody's favorite segment, our wacky guitar of the week, and we're gonna have our guest actually present the wacky guitar, which is the first time ever. Wacky.
Well, here it is.
So show us what you got there.
All right, here's what we got. This is a, I did the artwork myself on this guitar. And what happened was one evening I just said, you know what? I think I'm going to draw on my guitar. So I took a magic marker and basically a Sharpie and basically did all the artwork on this guitar. And that was all fine and dandy until I started wearing the print off from my arm, you know, sweating on the side of the guitar. And it was like, maybe I should have either sealed this or sanded it down to the wood and put it right on the wood and then coat it over top, which is what I had to do eventually. I took it to a guy to put a coat of sealer over top of it. And he tested it, and the test went okay, but when he actually put it on, it bled. It was a mess. So I said, strip it all off and I'll put it back on again, which I did. And he sealed it properly. There is some wear happening down here. It's starting to come off, but basically the rose is on here. Thanks for asking, Kelly. The roses around here, we had rose bushes that went all around the house that I grew up in Florence, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. And my mom planted all these rose bushes around the yard. So this is to reflect the garden that went around it. And there's a bumblebee down on the bottom there. Don't know if you can see him there. But, he's starting to wear off. But he lost that's the story behind this guitar. And it's only a cheap guitar. Beautiful. It's a Fender, but it's only a $250 to $5 guitar. So I didn't really think too much about, the value of it and worrying about it. I said, I'll just draw on the guitar. It's gotten a lot of attention, and it actually led to a couple of freelance jobs for me. So hire me, folks, if you want me to do some artwork for you.
There you go. It's the guitar sells itself. It sells your work. It's really, really cool. I absolutely love that guitar. I think it pops when you're on stage. It really stands out, catches your eye, and it's cool. It's got some homegrown.
Ryan Milligan wants me to honky tonk the guitar. He wants me to smash it.
Yeah, Milligan. That's hilarious. I really dig that guitar. We actually featured another guitar that you drew on a couple episodes ago. A wacky guitar of the week that was a Kelly Devoe original as well.
Yeah. Yes. That was a wedding gift.
And
that hangs on our wall as a piece of art because that's what it is.
And they say cheap guitars, but when you put something as cool as that on it kind of makes them priceless and special, in their own way.
Dill, you nailed it.
Right? There you go. Awesome. Well, thanks again, Dad, for being on the show. This is a great episode. Thanks everybody that watched. Next week we got one of the front man of one of the coolest bands in Cape Breton, Fire Valley Fire frontman Justin Vallis is going to be here next week, and he's a rocker. He is a rocker, so definitely check that out. And
where would we be without the rockers? Well, thanks for having me on, Dylan. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you asking me and having me on here, and thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely, man. No, I was more than happy to save it for our 10th episode. It's a special episode. We're celebrating a lot of things, and thanks again for coming on it, and thanks for getting me into the guitar. Because I wouldn't even be doing this show if it wasn't for you, bud. So
I'm proud of you. You've done well.
You're somehow a producer in one way or another.
Yeah, you've done well, and you continue to do so. So keep going upward. Keep moving forward, buddy. Don't sit still.
Thank you. Right on. Well, with that being said, we're gonna tune out, guys.
That's a wrap.
Thanks
Alrighty.
for checking out the Guitar Show live on Ripple Effects. Everybody have a fantastic evening, and once again, check out Kelly Devoe. Check out Jesus Murphy, baby.
Yes, check them all out.
Rock and roll, man. All right. We'll see you in the green room. Cheers, guys.
Be well. Thanks.